As someone who's navigated carnivore as a senior on a single fixed income, I'm going to show you how I've managed my carnivore budget journey. Think eating healthy, bioavailable carnivore nutrition is too expensive or too complicated? Look at this counter. This is 64 meals of pure fat-burning meat. I spent $144.77 at H-E-B, which breaks down to $2.26 a meal. The secret to eating carnivore on a budget starts before you walk into the grocery stores. I always open the app to the store I'm shopping to check the weekly deals. Here's where most people get ripped off. You have to be willing to pivot. I originally planned to buy a large pork loin advertised as less than $2 a pound, but the vac-sealed bag on the pork loin was oversized and sloshing with heavy water and brine. Skeptics will tell you added water keeps the meat juicy. Don't fall for it. Grocery stores add that weight on purpose. You're paying meat prices for that added water weight. So I changed my plan and bought a Boston pork butt roast and loaded up on the 80/20 ground beef that was on sale for $4.79 a pound instead. I also made a little splurge, and we'll get to that later. So when you open your app, scroll down to where the flyer is, the sales or the deals, whatever the specials are for the week, whatever your store calls it. And then you're going to go all the way over to meat. And then you're going to start scrolling and find out what they are advertising on sale and make your choices and see what you want to meal prep or buy for the week. But don't get your heart set, because once you get into the store, you may find that they don't have that. And if they don't, just pivot, look for something else that is a good price. That's exactly what I did. Sometimes they put sales up there and they don't stock enough meat just to get you in the store because they know that you're going to buy something. On my shopping day, I did my errands, and by the time I got home, I was not feeling the prep vibe. So I put my pork roast in the slow cooker and it cooked all night. The next morning, it was fully cooked and ready to be cooled, shredded, and bagged up. Freezer meal prepping saves time and stress for the rest of the month. I placed the Boston pork butt roast in the slow cooker and covered it very liberally with about a cup of taco seasoning. I used the homemade taco seasoning, and I'll link it in the description. We did a video on that a couple of weeks back, or a month or so ago, and I let it cook all night. The next morning it was perfect. Then I spent the afternoon stocking my freezer. Here's exactly what $144.77 will get you for 64 meals. Slow cooker pulled pork, unbelievably juicy, tender, and takes zero effort. Dutch oven taco meat. I browned this in my Dutch oven with my homemade taco seasoning. This is my ultimate budget-friendly breakfast weapon. I put it in my eggs while they cook, but you can put it on your eggs, beside your eggs, or make a taco bowl. Instant, clean energy that cures morning brain fog and no sugar crash. 2-pound meatloaves, 2 different flavors, 1 fajita and 1 just regular meatloaf, and 4.5 pounds of meatballs, again 2 flavors, Italian and homestyle. The carnivore diet is not restrictive, it's not boring. This is a freezer full of delicious, satisfying energy that heals your joints, drops the weight, and keeps your grocery budget intact. Here's the breakdown of the meat that I bought. 80/20 ground beef was 17.81 pounds at $4.79 a pound, came to a grand total of $85.40. That provides me 37 meals. The pork butt was $2.89 a pound, and it was 6.56 pounds, which came to a grand total of $18.96. And that will provide me 17 meals. The country style ribs were 3.22 pounds and $8.49 a pound. Now that's not a budget cut, obviously, but sometimes we just need a little splurge. So that will provide me with 6 meals. And the chicken breast was $4.99 for 2.62 pounds, and that was a total of $13.07. And that will provide me 4 or 5 meals depending. Now my freezer is stocked and I have 64 meals ready to go. Now you don't have to do such a large meat haul. If you go to the store and you spend $50 or $40 or $20, whatever you get on sale, you can still do the same thing, just on a smaller scale. I am not a carnivore purist. I use seasoning. All of the seasoning in all of the recipes is 1.5 to 1.75 of each seasoning, except for the black pepper. And the cheese is 1 cup. The eggs will be 3 for each recipe, and the pork panko is 1 cup per recipe. I used garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning in the meatballs, smoked paprika, salt, and black pepper. You can use anything you want. It's your food, you get to choose. Oh, and the taco seasoning for the pork. And because I ran out of taco seasoning, I used what I had on hand, and I had a package of fajita seasoning from the Siete brand. And I just used that in one of the meatloaves. I used 2 packages for 2 pounds of meat. I don't know what it tastes like yet, but it smelled amazing. Everything you see me use in all of my videos is linked in my Amazon storefront. I get a lot of questions about my skillet, and it is listed in the Amazon storefront, along with everything else I use. See the skillet behind me? That's the one. Today's video is not about the actual recipes. It's about saving money, how to do it, how to fill your freezer on a budget, and make it go as far as possible. I will link the videos to the recipes that I have already done. And if you want me to post a video on how I actually made the meatloaf and the meatballs, I can certainly do that for you. When you freeze meatballs, you have to flash freeze them first. That just means we put them in the freezer and let them freeze for a very short time, 2 to 3 hours. And when you pull them out, they are rock hard. Then we just vacuum seal them in whatever portion sizes you want. For me, that's about 6 meatballs per meal. I find that that's a perfect serving for me because I'm satisfied and I'm full. Make sure to label your bags, because sometimes we just forget what we put in the bag. And if we make different flavors of the same thing, then we can forget. Vacuum sealing your meat just protects it, keeps it from freezer burn, and it will make it last much longer in the freezer. So it can last up to a couple of years. Of course, it's not going to last that long in my freezer, but it could. When you vacuum seal something that has a lot of liquid, whether it's fat or water or whatever liquid, we put it in the refrigerator so that it congeal, so that it won't be pulled out when you vacuum seal it, because it's a little more solid. This smells phenomenal. I am going to take the meat out. I'm going to shred it up, and I'm going to vacuum seal it after it's been in the refrigerator, so all of those juices can solidify and congeal so that it won't be pulled out into the vacuum sealer. This is super easy, cost effective, and a time saver in the long run. When everything is cold, vacuum seal it. Leave about 1 inch across the top so that the vacuum sealer has room to work. This also takes up way less room in your freezer. And they also thaw very quickly. I have no plans for this chicken just yet. I bought it so that if I get tired of ground beef, which is not likely, but it's possible because I bought so much, or the ribs, then I will have a filler or a gap meal to go in between the ground beef meals. I just cut them into thirds, put them into bags, and vacuum seal them. And I get 6 meals out of 3.22 pounds. There are times when I crave red meat, and there are times when I crave chicken. Whatever my body wants, I want a little bit of everything in the freezer if possible. So that's 6 more meals for the freezer. Then I do the same thing for the chicken. I just cut off any bits that I don't want in the vacuum seal bag and vacuum seal it up. And that is another 4 to 5 meals right there. And honestly, it's great to have pre-prepped meatloaf or meatballs or taco meat in the freezer, but sometimes you just want a little extra ground beef so that you have options. The second batch of meatballs is basically the same as the first. The difference is I did not use Italian seasoning. I used smoked paprika instead. If my hands could really move that fast, that would be fantastic. So much meal prep would get done so quickly. And with movie magic, just like that, these meatballs are ready for the freezer. So we'll freeze them for 2 hours, and then we'll be back and we'll bag them up. But first, so while the pulled pork is cooling, I'm going to make some coffee, and I just want to show you my new coffee cup. Isn't she cute? I absolutely love it. She holds about 20 ounces of coffee. I just think she's precious. I'm just going to give my cream, ooh, a little froth. That's good right there. Now that the pork is cool, we are going to shred it up and put it in the refrigerator and let it cool so that we can vacuum seal it and get it in the freezer. To shred, all you need is 2 forks. It's very simple. And I'm chopping up some of the larger pieces with a pair of kitchen scissors, and I'm putting the meat back in the juices so that it stays nice and juicy while I finish shredding the meat. The juice is still pretty warm, so we're going to let it cool completely and then put it in the refrigerator. Now, we're not vac sealing these because there's so much liquid in there that I would have to basically halfway freeze this meat before I could vacuum seal it. And I'm not about that today, so we're just using Ziploc bags. And it is a little messy, so I'm just going to wipe the zippers with some paper towels and make sure there's no meat bits or juice stuck in there to prohibit a seal. Now, you want to flip up the edges of your zipper so that as you're pressing the food down to the end to squeeze out the air, you don't lose the liquid and your food all over your counter. And I can tell you, this is phenomenal. I ate this past week for my lunches. Taking control of your health doesn't require a massive bank account, a culinary degree, or decades of experience. It just takes a sharp eye at the grocery store and the belief that you are worth the effort. It's not boring, it's not expensive, and it is entirely within your reach. My name is Kimberly. I've lost over 50 pounds, and if you want the exact breakdown of how I prep the meals that helped enable me to stay on track, check out my recipe playlist here on This Season of Life. Hit that subscribe button. Let's cook together, and let's get your health back. Remember to pray over your food and thank the Lord for His provision in your life. God bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face shine down upon you and give you peace. Until next time, goodbye, friends.